Hey guys, Mr. Light Visual here with another video. Today's video we're going to look at how to model or construct the manhole. In this process we're going to look at some basic modeling techniques, and then as well as advanced modeling techniques to produce this complex element. Before any further ado, let's get started. Before we start, I would like you to participate in this video by going to the comment section and give us a thoughts on this video or any questions that you might have for us to clarify. Another thing is we currently having some digital products that are running for ArchiCAD users. So I'll put the link in the description so that you can access those products. You can download. Some are files, some are templates, some are projects and objects as well, preset objects and other likes. Thank you. Let's get started. I'm having information that I'm going to use to carry out this exercise. I already produced a 2D information for this manhole. This is almost at the top, is the top part of our model. And then we're going to start first by looking at the more like a base of this manhole. So I'm going to go to design, and then I'll check the slab 2. Then I'll draw a box of 1 by 1 meters as a footprint. Make sure it's there. That's basically a footprint of the base of our manhole. So check the settings of this. I want to have it 150 millimeters high. Then I'll put the offset from the base to 0. Perfect. And then from there, if you check on the 3D, let me just mark you, and then right click and then show selection on my queue, or just hit F5 on your keyboard. There we go. There's a funny material that is appearing. It means the linked library is missing. So what I'll do, I'll just replace this material with available material in the list. Go to model and override surfaces. I'll change this to, I can override so that I use the material for the object. Perfect, like so. I think I'm good to go. Another element that I want to add on this base, I'll duplicate this by hitting Ctrl D in the keyboard, or right click and then go to move. Right click, go to move, and drag a copy, place it in the same point. And then this one I'm gonna make it 50. Perfect. This I'll change it to 100. There we go. And then the one for 50 is gonna be at 0, and then the 100 I'm going to start it at the offset of 50. Does it make sense? I can just move to there, just like this, and then this one I'll offset the edges to the outside so that it can produce this type of a detail by 50. I think perfect, we're good to go. So now we're going to place our walls for this manhole. So go to the top view or plan view, then pick wall 2, make sure it's on the basic structure. Then I'm gonna use brick structural. Then the height, I'm gonna unlink it not linked, sorry. The thickness, I'm gonna do it to 30. If you want to access more settings for this wall, you can click on the dialog settings of this, then go to geometry and position. I'm gonna change this to 1 meter. That's gonna be the height of my, almost the height of the, or the depth of the manhole. Then hit OK. Then it's either magic wand on the slab like so, or draw a box, or I'll draw using the geometry method of a box like that. Draw from this point to the other point, just like that. And then I might need to change my thickness of the wall to 115. 115. There we go. I think it's good. It's good. If you check on the 3D, this is what you have. Exactly. That's how I want it. Perfect. Then from there, we're going to look at how to model that complex lid or capping, the manhole cover. If you check on the plan view, this is the almost all details, the plan of it. So we're going to produce that model based on this information. So what I'll do, I'll start first with the plate that will rest on top of this. But before you look at the plate, we might have to have the concrete that will be anchoring the plate or the cover of the manhole onto it. So what we're going to do, copy this. I want to copy the slab, this one. Yeah, Control Shift D and then drag it to the top, then change this to thickness of the sheet or the plate that I'm going to use, which is basically I'll use 20 for the sake of modeling, and then have it resting on top of the brickwork. There we go. Change the material to steel, structural steel. Where is it? Perfect. And then we're gonna have the hole here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select that, but make sure you selected the right one. I can tell from the offset height. So click on it on the edge, or maybe one of the points, then on the pet palette, pick subtract from the polygon, and then I will use this. Oh, sorry. Use this line. Okay, it refuses to, because it's a wall. I thought it's just a polyline. I could use magic wand to pinch in the hole. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick it and then I'll draw it manually like this. Perfect. And then we have something like this on your 3D window. Good. Go back again to the plan. Let's now start looking at construction of the cover. We have now the housing, or the where we're gonna anchor our cover. So we also need another plate for the cover. What I'll do, I'll duplicate this one and place it on the top of that, then get rid of this hole by clicking on the edge, then offset the edge like so. Perfect. This I can offset the edge a bit, maybe by 20, something like that. I think 20 is too much. Do 10. 10 is fine. 10 is fine. So now we need to have this cap on the 3D. So I'm going to use a slab to produce that. Just hang on for a bit. Okay, go to the slab, or you can still pick the parameters of already this. You could go to 3D, and then let's pick the parameters of that. Then let's magic wand to place our slab on this circle. It should be there. That's the circle that I'm looking at. So let's change the offset height to 1.2. Then the height of the cover would be 100, something like that. Then bring it down to the top of the plate. Perfect. You may reduce the height a bit, maybe let's do 8. Let's do 8, and then yeah, I think perfect. So go back again. There are 3 circles here that I'm going to use. I'm going to also do the same. No, remember there are 2 components here in this cover. There's this first the outside circle, and then there's this inside element. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna subtract this to complete this element, the outside element. What I'll do, pick in and then subtract the polygon. I'll use this circle to do that, so that we remain with something like so. And then we're gonna have another circle or another element made up of a slab inside. So pick the parameters, then place select the slab, then do the same. Then do the same of subtraction, like so. Now we have something like that, which is perfect. So we need now to cut the hole into this plate to define the circle, or to define that line. So we're gonna pick that to make sure it's the one. I can tell by the offset height. Click on the point, then I'll use this one to cut a hole, something like that. Perfect. Let's try to close up our cover. So we have this I don't know what to say, these are metal, so the cover is gonna be metal also. So what I want to do, let's just do the same by placing that to cover, something like that. But we're gonna have some details in the top of this cover. So I'll reduce the height to 50, and then the base height to have something like this. So now we're going to put some details here on top of this. But before we look at the details, maybe let's do the anchoring, because this thing that's where it's openable. We're going to open the manhole here on this member. So we need to have a pivot or a hinge where this thing will allow the openability of it. So if you check on the plan, this is where I'm gonna have the anchor for the lid. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the same slab, maybe that one, and then draw it there, or maybe place magic wand like this. If you check on 3D, that's basically how it's supposed to. And then I can copy this, then offset the edges to something like 5, and no, 5 is too small. Let's do 10. Let's check 10. Then let's change the height to 70. Something like that. And then I put it outside. We're gonna use this thing to carve in the hole here. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna select that and then right click, go to solid element operations to bring the window, then automatically to pick the selected element or component as a target. So I'll just need to select the operator, then subtract. So this I'll put it in a hidden layer. So I have a layer that is always off. Where is it? Okay, let's just create a hidden layer. Control L to bring the layer settings, then hit here to create hidden elements, and then this will always be off in every layer. Let's do this. Control L to check. Where is it? Oh, now I need to assign this to that layer. Sorry, I don't know why I am. Let's find that hidden layer, then click there to have this type of detail, and then you can close off your element operations, solid element operation. Sorry. Perfect. Yeah, no, let's now do the detail work. The detail work, go back to the blend, then we're going to start first by creating all these holes. Remember, these holes are the ones that we're gonna use to anchor it to that plate. So I've already have this as lines. What I'm gonna do is to pick the top lead, this one, then magic wand to create these holes like so. Do the same to every element. There we go. Check on 3D. Almost there. And then if you look at here, there's these members that are diagonal. They're more like anchoring or supporting this, so they are like displayed on the thing. So I'm gonna use the slab as well. I'm gonna use a slab, pick the parameters of this, and then place the slab there. So this is basically what I'm having. I'm gonna have it really slanting. I don't know what you call. So the best way to do it is to either convert this thing to morph and then drag down these vertices. What I'm meaning is convert this to morph. Okay. Then I'll pick these vertices, drag them, and by the half. Same applies to that one. The challenge is this: it will add another this funny line that is unnecessary. So for the documentation of your project, this is not ideal. So the best way is to use another element to subtract this. I can leave it as a morph, it's fine, and then I'll have another morph that is adjacent, or that is defining that cut. Then I subtract. So let's do that. Go to the plan. I'm gonna draw an elevation or a section along this element. Don't mind it's just temporarily placed. And then open it, right click and then open with current view settings, so that we have this view. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick the parameters of this. I'm gonna draw a morph that will define that. Do that way, and then just like that. Go to 3D, then extrude that by clicking on the surface. If you click on the surface, the pet palette will bring tools like push or pull and then tube. But if you select on the vertex, it brings tools like move the vertex or chamfer with 2B. So every time when you want to extrude or to push or press, you need to select the morph on the surface. Let's do it, and then pick the push. Then I'll do that. While it's still being selected, I'll take advantage of it, then right click, go to Boolean operations. Let's pick subtract. Then you have to pick the element that is remaining. Pretty simple. So now I'm gonna multiply this or duplicate this along to these 3 remaining. So what I'm doing, let me just delete this viewport. Perfect. Delete that. So bring to front. So what I'll do, I'll mirror a copy to this side. Mirror a copy to that side, then select this, group them, then mirror a copy horizontal to the other side, like so, and then make sure you group them. You can union them or group. To union, you right click and then Boolean operation, then union. But this is permanent. It will permanently combine this. But I prefer to group because I can suspend groups, then edit this component individual. So I'll leave it there. Check on the 3D. Perfect. It's getting there. It's getting there. So we're left with one hole here in the corner for anchoring. I don't know what happened. Check. Where is that corner? It's this one. Let's punch in a hole there. Good. Yeah. Now we need to place some details on the cover, on the lead cover, which is basically this member. We're gonna have some writings here: sewage blah blah, or stormwater drain, or sewage blah blah, and then there's some details that are more like perforations but not perforation. As you can see, this 2D, it's incomplete. It has to be even the other side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do one of this using a morph and then multiply it. Is either use a morph or a slab. I think let me prefer a slab for this demonstration. Then place it there. If you check on the 3D, you have this. Then we're going to change its settings, maybe the height to 25. then bring it to the top. Move it to the top of the, I think it's still too much. That's too much. Let's do 10, and then how can I bring it down? Okay, the best way is to cut a section for you to be precise. Let's cut a section here, or I have a section line there. Let me just move this section to here and then open it. So that you can position this the way we want. Perfect. And then 3D it to C. 3D to C. That's exactly. But if you look at here, we have this portion where we're going to have the lettering or the writing of this. So what I can do is, what is this problem? Take it out. Yeah, sorry for that, guys. I'm gonna have this being defined, and then I'm gonna place this sewage lettering. So I'm gonna pick that. Let's use the height or the settings of this, then go. I've picked the parameters. What I'm basically doing, pick the parameters of this, then go to the plan and then place it by a magic wand, like so that we can have something like that. So that will be basically the platform that we're going to place the lettering. So I think it has to be the same height with that. Yeah, something like that. Something like this. It makes sense. Go to the top view, and then this I'll duplicate it around all these portions where it's supposed to be. So I'll start first by right clicking on this, move, then drag multiple copies, so that I can do that, and then escape and group. When you're dealing with multiple elements like these ones, you better have them in group. You ever have them grouped, because it will save your time for future editing. So I prefer it that way. Yeah. So the reason I've done this, I want to select. Let's suspend groups. Then I want to access this one individually so that I can subtract. How do you subtract? Yeah, like so that I can have it defined that way. And then I would do the same to duplicate along this. But before I do that, let me just copy this to that side, or mirror it to that side by Ctrl+Shift+M in a shortcut. Then have something like that. It can be that way. Perfect. And then this we're going to multiply just by picking multiplication. Then I'll use the graphical input method as increment and spread, nothing complex, and then pick from this point and then place it there. Then I'll run it along that, then complete your multiplication. Then, like I said, take advantage of this selection, then group it. I'll also do the same. Group these elements. let's check on 3D. Exactly. Perfect. This is what we want. It's almost there. Yeah. I'm impressed. Now let us do the remaining part. I can pause these videos so that I can finish everything, because it's pretty simple. It's just the multiplication. Yeah, once you are done with one side, you can now mirror a copy to this side. It's pretty simple. So I'll select everything like so, then perfect, mirror a copy like way. Perfect. Now let's place our writing. Let's place writing. I don't know, we should, it looks decent on the side to have the distance between this member and where I'm gonna place my writing. I'm gonna do the same even to this side. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know how, by how much, this is 26. Offset this edge by 26, then you have the same thing. Perfect. So let us place the letter. What I'll do, I'll double click on this and then copy that, go to design tools, then object. I'm going to pick or find 3D text. You can just search from the library, type 3D text. I'll pick this one, then I'll paste that the operation that I've copied on the clipboard. So whatever, you can change this font type, and then we want to change this. I'll change the resolution to 100, and then what I'm gonna do is the material, the surfaces, change it to steel. We don't have a steel here. Or metal. Let's find steel here. Metal steel. Then hit OK. Place the object. Let us rotate and then to that direction and place it to the position. What we are going to do, we're going to change the size of this by just here on the bottom or top. change it to maybe 200. It's too big. Let's do it 80. Let's see, 80 is almost there. Try 70. 75. I think this is perfect. This can be stretched like so. Then what I'm gonna do, move it on the center like that. Yeah, check on 3D. Make sure it's on the right offset or base offset, which is basically that. Yeah, we have this orientation a different angle, but it's not a big problem. What I'm going to do, let's go back to its settings, then under rotations. I don't know why it's being lazy. Under rotation, from the Z direction, we're gonna change to 90. Oh, sorry, not the Z direction. I think it's the Y direction. Change it to 90. Guys. Sorry for that. It's the X. I'll change it to 0. Yeah. And then we might need to mirror it so that it can read well. So mirror, Control M to mirror. Oh, sorry. Control M to mirror. That way. And then let's place it on the right position. Something like this. Change the height. Let's go to the settings. I want to change the height. If you come here under preview and positioning, this is the dimensions that I want to change. So I'm gonna do maybe 20, so that I can have a nicely wrapped text. Change the material. I'm not happy with the material. I can maybe use black surface. No way. But this is just my preference. Maybe aluminium. Better. Go back to the plan. Make sure this guy is sitting on the right position. You can get rid of this if you want this text to read or to show on the floor plan. I think you can convert it into a move. I'm just trying it out. Perfect. It worked. If you convert to move, it will read. There's this gap here. I don't know. Move it that way. And then make sure it's on the center. Yeah, thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate your input and effort, guys, to this channel. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you are new to this channel. We make videos almost every week, maybe twice in a week, or depending on the schedule that we if times allows us, we can maybe four videos in a week. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.